It's Blake and Aaron's Spilling the Tea with Sandy.
K-Man's top news headlines of the day from CMR.
Good morning, Sandy. Happy Friday.
Hey, good morning, Blake and Aaron. Happy Friday.
Oy,
We're getting closer.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
I know.
What do you got for us this morning?
All right. So there was some action in the beautiful district of Prospect last night, some police action. We don't know exactly what, but they were down. Our CIPS, armed units, and the helicopter were out in full force down by Logwood. So I think it's Logwood Avenue. So we're still waiting some details, but quite a few people were messaging like, hey, Sandy, what's going on? Why are the police in the neighborhood? Sorry?
What time?
After 9 o'clock.
Oh, so
late. Yeah.
Well, yes. I said late, you said early. Shows what time we all go to bed.
As parents, yeah.
Well, that's late. 9 o'clock.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we would definitely keep an eye out for the rest of the day and post whatever we hear is going on. So the Public Service Pensions Board has celebrated 13 years. Imagine that. So they are the pension board that's responsible for pension for civil servants. So they hosted a gala on Friday at the Kimpton, and over 200 guests attended the event, including His Excellency Governor Martin Roper, Chief Justice, the Honorable Margaret Ramsey Hale, Speaker of Parliament, the Honorable Catherine Ebanks Wilkes, and the Acting Deputy Governor, Ms. Gloria Macfield Nixon, as well as others. So it was quite an event. They had a Masters of Ceremony, and they just, celebrated 30 years for pensioners. And it's quite a milestone. So it's quite interesting because, there's always a question mark around the PSPB in terms of what will be the future for civil servants when it comes to their pension. Because government pretty much contributes to the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
It's non-contributory plan. So we'll see. In a little bit of sports news this morning, we have money that was raised at a tournament recently for the ACX basketball, event, young people involved. And it was donated by Protect Our Future, and Plastic Free Cayman participated in this event, raising $750, all the proceeds that they received, to go towards these athletes for this particular program.
Cool.
So, they say that they're committed to, continuing their mission of maintaining, preserving the beauty and ecological power of the Cayman Islands. So, congratulations.
All right.
Yeah, kind of a slow news day otherwise, really.
That's
I
good.
think a lot of people are in the mood for the holidays and just kind of getting ready for the festivities, increase in traffic and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
But otherwise, everybody's good.
All right. We'll catch Sandy's show coming up in just a couple minutes on Bobo 89.1 FM. And Aaron will see you Monday.
That's right.
For headlines.
Ooh, are you on holiday again?
I'm on holiday again. Got to burn up some days before the
I
end of the
hear
year.
you. I'm going to take some towards the end of the year as well. I'll send you some notes.
Keep us posted.
Yes.
We'll see you later. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
All righty. You too. Bye.
All right.
Yes, honey, chill. Vacation time. Let's give it just a couple more seconds, and then we're going to jump on the radio. All right. How's everybody doing? Everybody good? Beautiful, beautiful people. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Peppermint, sorrel, ginger, beaver grass, or English. Get it ready. Your morning tea just got hotter.
Ooh, honey child.
On the cold, hard truth. Bobo 89.1 and Cayman's #1 talk show are bringing you morning talk like no one else. Monday Rewind, Impact Wednesdays, Caribbean Connections, and much more. Don't miss a beat with what's happening in the local community. Just keep sipping your tea.
What a mess.
Here's your host, live and direct from the Cayman Islands, Sandy Hill.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome. I have someone from overseas who just messaged me, and she's an elder lady, and she said, let me know when your show's on again. She's just discovering us. And I said, hey, we're here Monday to Friday, pretty much every day. So yeah, she's trying to win a prize, honey chill. All the way in Fort Lauderdale, trying to win her some goodies. So we will be doing that a little bit later on in the program. So obviously make sure you stay tuned for that. So I wanted to wrap up a couple loose strings, my apologies, from yesterday's program while we are at it. Really interesting discussion yesterday. Sometimes we're all over the place, honey chill. I was speaking to a young lady who's recently joined the CMR team. She's now responsible for maintaining our community calendar. So please do not forget that if you have nonprofit community events, your churches and other NPOs, send us your events and we're happy to post them on the community calendar. Even if you're a business and you've got things that you'd like, because CMR gets a lot of traction, our website gets a lot of traction. So if you'd like to be added, like your business events, your brunches and other such things, if you'd like those to be added to the community calendar, there's a small fee of only $25 to do so. And if you have recurring events, speak to our sales team and we see what we can work out for you. But it's a great calendar, and Kenyatta has been doing a fantastic job just really keeping it up to date these days with all of the latest community happening. So sometimes you forget that stuff is coming up. You're like, oh gosh, when is that Christmas tree lighting? When are the Santa photos again? So, when is, National AIDS Day and all these sorts of things. So just go to the community calendar. She has a whole list of all of the national events and stuff, which are also added to the calendar. So we've got obviously Cayman's holidays, but we have a lot of wellness related events. Like, they have different wellness days and months and so on. So she's building out the calendar. And I must say that she's been doing a really good job with that. So kudos to that young lady. So yeah, definitely submit your events and send us your details. So I have to warn her all the time. I said, sometimes the show is very, it's a little bit eclectic and perhaps some people might say even disorganized to some extent, but I very much believe with going with the flow. So there are days when I come on this program and I have a specific thing that I plan on discussing. And, as life has it, we don't get to discuss those things at all. And it just happens. You can't be too much of a stickler, if you will, and regimented with a schedule. I used to be regimented when I was in high school, and that was required because at that age, I kind of needed the discipline a bit more to get done what I needed to get done. So I was the kid who had a schedule, like get home at 3:30. Take a break for half an hour. That was my cookie break, cookies and milk or sandwich and whatever. And then I'd watch Guide and Light with my aunt for that amount of time. And then 4:00, hit the books. I'd study. I'd put the list order of what I needed to study, when you're younger, you kind of need sometimes that level of organization in your life. Yeah. These days, I still very much operate by a to-do list. I always have a to-do list. And if you notice, in case you haven't noticed, I love me a good organizational system. I'm always trying out new things and new calendars and all that good stuff. And I always have a to-do list of some sort around me. Sometimes they're electronic, but I actually like to write down my to-do list. And I'll tell you why here in a second. There's certain goals in life. Just take it from me. That actually writing them down, there's something about the process of writing it down that makes you think about what it is that you're writing, right? So when you're doing major goal writing, you write it down and it forces you to kind of go through the nooks and crannies a little bit more. So I love a good day planner. And I'm always looking for, I feel like, the ultimate day planner. So sometimes I find some that really get me excited and I think, oh yeah. So this daily planner I've just discovered and started using. I only have page 1 so far. And the thing I like about this one is it actually, I'm going to show you all on screen. It actually has a spot for like keeping track of like your meals over here, your water intake, which is good because I know I don't drink enough water. Any little notes for the day. You've got the to-do list section over here, and then your schedule for the day, what's priority over in this side. And then I love up at the top, what am I grateful for? So you guys know I talk about this kind of off and on, but showing a attitude of gratitude is really, really important in life, just generally speaking. So we always have complaints and aches and whatever in our lives, but we always have life and a lot that we could be very, very thankful for. And I always have a philosophy that, trust me, there's always somebody who has it better off than you, and there's always someone who has it worse off than you. Yes? So let's go with the cup is always half full type of mentality and be very, very thankful and very, very grateful. So last night, I think I mentioned to you guys that I was going to a little event. So one of my clients who has taken me in pretty much as staff, really, I'm so appreciative of them. They invite me to all of their staff events. So we had our little Christmas event last night. It was so nice. And so I committed to taking a few of my signature dishes. So I made my world-renowned mac and cheese. And of course, it was a hit. And everybody's like, oh my God, this mac and cheese is amazing. And so one guy, this Jamaican guy, he made me chuckle. He said, Miss Sandy, I've never had mac and cheese like this before. This is so good. He said, I'm used to mac and cheese being like the Kraft mac and cheese. And I kind of chuckled and I was like, oh Lord. Caribbean people should not be eating Kraft mac and cheese now. Y'all know better. So I thought, oh, okay. But this is the good stuff. And we use good, delicious cheese in the mac and cheese. So yes, honey child. The secret really is to use different types of cheeses because that adds flavor. There's you could do a whole course, a master class on cheese. There's so many different varieties and types of cheese out there and, have different flavoring and different textures. And so the key really is to add different types of cheese in your mac and cheese, make it as creamy and cheesy as you possibly can. And then you also need to add seasoning. So it's not just the cheese, but there are a lot of different types of seasons that you put into your good old mac and cheese. And so I'm going to show you guys a little picture here for those of you who are online so you can see it. But yes, I'm quite known for my mac and cheese dish. Once you've had it, you know what I mean. And then I made some brownies, which people always love a good brownie. And what else? Oh, I did some of my bread rolls. Now, people love the bread rolls that I make 2 batches, one with coconut and one without. Good morning, caller. Oh gosh, hold on. I can't hear you. 1 second. And I want to talk about the phone issue because I think we've discovered what the cause of it is. The bad news is there's really not much we can do. But anyway, morning, caller.
I said, is that Aunt Lottie's mac and cheese?
No, believe it or not, Aunt Lottie never showed me how to make mac and cheese. I learned this one on my own, and then over the years, I've just modified it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Just wondered.
Yeah.
Have a nice program. Bye.
Thanks. I can't recall. I'm sure she probably made mac and cheese, but I don't actually recall that being something that stood out for me as a kid that she made. So I can't really say, but no, this mac and cheese, I actually kind of formulated this particular recipe myself. I just kind of threw together, and I've had different people like, oh, this is how I make mine, this, and then I've kind of just done my own. But look, here it is. Look at this. Look at how creamy that is. Ooh, honey chill. Has about 4 different types of cheese in it. All that good seasoning. Oh yeah, I could go for some of that right now. You could listen, you could actually eat this by itself. That's how good this is. And so I noticed that pan was empty at the end of the evening's event. But yeah, you could totally eat this mac and cheese all by itself. And sometimes I give it a little bit of an extra kick. Like I put some little nice seasoning in there. So when you taste it, you're like, ooh, peppery. Yes. When I normally make it at home, though, I don't do that because Gianna wants to have some and she's not really too much of a peppery child. So Ruby's asking if I saved her any mac and cheese. Sorry, it's all gone. So yes, it was a fun evening. The bread rolls, I do some with coconut and some without. I know some people don't necessarily like coconut, but the coconut ones are always a hit. Brownies off the chain, good. Morning, Miss Vernita. So good to see you. It's your birthday today. Well, happy birthday. Send me a little picture and I'll post it up on our birthday greetings. Diamond Princess says, happy Friday, everyone. Yes, it is Friday. Olivia's here, Evelyn. Miss Bonnie, KK, says just waiting to hear about this teeth. Oh, yeah, we can get to that. Don't worry. So one other quick loose end from yesterday is we're going to continue to have the marijuana conversation because obviously we're going to have a referendum on whether or not it should be decriminalized. And I heard somebody called in yesterday talking about the medicinal purposes. And I think this, I'm going to just say this, and you don't necessarily have to take me up on this point right now, because like I said, we'll come back to this. But just to kind of tie up the loose ends, I want people to be very clear about what my position is. And when I hear people talk about medicinal marijuana, I do accept that argument with a more than a pinch of salt, because I believe that people say it not because they themselves have ever done any research on the medicinal purposes of marijuana, but because they think, well, if I say that it has medicinal purposes, you know, that's going to be something that will be a selling point for people to want to accept it more. But most of what you guys are actually, because when you talk about smoking marijuana, that's not medicinal marijuana. And the medicinal marijuana doesn't have the THC concentration that the recreational marijuana does. So, you know, I think you have to be careful about when someone is using it for recreational use and then wanting to justify that, because I see them in court all the time. Oh, I didn't have the doctor's note to give me a prescription, so I'm just smoking it on my own. There's some key differences between medicinal marijuana and medicinal cannabis and recreational cannabis. And so, you know, they're defined differently. And, you know, you should know, I suppose, what the difference is if you're going to say that you're going to use one over the other. Yeah. Because smoking it is not medicinal marijuana. I don't care what anybody's telling you. So, and the purpose of the medicinal marijuana isn't to get any kind of a buzz at all. That's the kind that is legal here in the Cayman Islands, the medicinal marijuana. Yeah. So anyway, I want to be very, very clear about that. I also want to be clear because one of the callers said that Bob Marley, they implied, they didn't actually say it, but they implied as though he was using it for medicinal purposes or somehow that it made him a better musician. Let me tell you something. Bob Marley is historically and always will be the greatest reggae artist that the world has ever seen. He was a prolific writer. He did have a support system in terms of the people who were around him. He was an excellent performer. You know, he had thoughts that were very, very interesting that he shared with the world through his music. But his musical talent and his smoking of marijuana should not necessarily be confused with each other. He just had amazing talent. And sometimes in life, you are just born like you know that God intended for you to do a certain thing because you were just so naturally good at it. And, you know, it doesn't matter kind of what else you might be doing in your life. That talent is just there and it's steadfast. And so I don't want us to confuse why he was doing it. He wasn't doing it for medicinal purposes. He was a Rastafarian, and that is a religious belief system. And as part of the Rastafarian belief, they believe in smoking cannabis. And that's why he smoked cannabis. It had nothing to do with medicinal anything or because it helped him with his music or anything else, right? So I'm not an expert on the Rastafarian religion by any means, but I do know that that is one of the things that they believe in is smoking cannabis. Yeah. So I just wanted to tie up those kind of two what I thought were really critical points of distinction, because sometimes we tend to blur the line between when we're having a discussion, we'll throw out, well, you know, cannabis is medicinal. And I'm like, well, it can be But the truth of the matter is, most of you are not using it for those purposes. Mhm. All right. We'll dig deeper. We will dig deeper at a later time about that situation. So, two of the things that we're going to definitely get to this morning is thieves among us. Enough of them around the place. And we also are going to talk about a situation that has been happening at Camana Bay, but last week, Friday, was it Friday or Saturday? I'll double check the dates here. It really has escalated to quite unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. And so as parents, you need to be aware of what's going on, because really this is going to come down to you all doing your job as parents. So let's start with the thief first and foremost. Yes. Lord have mercy. I feel like we have so many dishonest people. Is it just my imagination, or are they increasing in numbers? Yeah, the thieves among us. Is it becoming more and more that they're just stealing from people? Or is it a situation where we're just noticing them more and we're exposing them more? Like, I'm not really sure, but my gosh, they are unbelievable in their, let me see here now. Yeah, they're really unbelievable in their recent emergence. You know, we can't seem to get rid of them, to be quite frank and honest. They're everywhere. And they run the gamut. You know, you've got thieves of all sorts. I see them in court sometimes. Sometimes you've got thieves who are wealthier thieves. And this is what I'm telling you when y'all talk about, oh, well, they're stealing because they don't make enough money. I'm like, honey, child, please. Thievery, dishonesty has nothing to do with your financial position in life. And we have seen some of our very own people who are at the top of the dishonesty ladder, stealing from people and doing the most, stealing from government. And sadly, there was zero reason for them to do so from a financial perspective. And so then you wonder, what is wrong with them? Because I think that at some level, greed knows no limits. When you're a greedy person, it's kind of like someone who overeats, right? You just don't know when to stop. Your belly just telling you, eat more. Because there's something a little bit off in your head where you simply do not know when to stop. It's unfortunate. But it is very much, what it is. So we have this lady who was, I'm just trying to find this video clip for you guys. I can play this. Who went into the local realtor, Penha. I think, is it Penha or Pena? I think we pronounce it Pena. And decided to help herself to some of their stuff. Now this woman, she got more nerves than a bad toothache. Trust and believe me. She is unbelievable. Let me see now. Where did I put that video? Because I want to show y'all. I want y'all to hear the voice note that goes with it. So, honey child, she was a thief with a mission. So she was planning on stealing. I suspect, and I'm going to tell you why here in a second, stealing to resell. We got those around the place. You're like, what? What did you say, Sandy? Yeah. So she's trying to make stealing a legit profession. So what she was doing was stealing tons of bottles of perfume. And I can't help but wonder, given the quantity of what she was stealing, how on earth she was getting away with it. Oh gosh, where's that video now? Because it was quite a bit. I'm like, wait a second. She stole how many bottles? Yes, honey child. They were chasing her down with her thievery, and come to discover that she had like all 10, 15, 20 bottles. I was like, no, man, that can't be right. That cannot be right. For some reason, I'm just not finding the video. Y'all bear with me. I'm going to keep looking here. So the sad thing is, for her, she got caught. Thank God for the realtor that she got caught, because now they can get a sense of exactly how much she had actually been up to. Wow. It appears that she's been very busy. So after we posted her, I'm going to give you her name and everything here in a second. After we posted her, someone then messaged me and said, but Sandy, you need to get the full scoop on this woman. And I said, oh yeah, tell me now. Tell me, how does the story go? They said, well, this woman has just sent a container to Jamaica. So you need to have the authorities look and see what's in that container. Because the suspicion is, which makes good sense, that the container is full of stolen goods. What? Now, it's not, Jamaicans consolidated containers. So for Christmas, it might be like 25, 30, 50 people sending a container, and they all put their little section together, right? So my understanding is she has put items in a container that is arriving any day now. So authorities, y'all get on it. Make sure the Jamaican authorities, now those of you who have stuff on that container, sorry for you, but it looks like the container will now be held up because the authorities are going to be, they're going to be pulling that container apart to see what is on there. Now, this is interesting because it has always occurred to me that a lot of times people are sending containers, and in fact, the containers are full of stolen goods. I don't know why we don't do a better job of actually requiring some sort of proper inspection before items leave the Cayman Islands. I have heard of this happening before. People building a house and the entire contents of their house gone. All their appliances, they wait till people put in their nice, expensive appliances, and then they go get a truck and they take everything out. And they gone with the people them stuff. And you know where it goes? Overseas. So no shade to people from Jamaica, Honduras, and wherever else these ships are going, but those are the two primary places. But they need to start checking these containers a little bit better. Because what's happening is they're loading up these containers. Yeah, boy, they're building a house in Jamrock. And next thing you know, the house has like the best of the best appliances. And it's not that they purchased them. They stole them from somebody else. That happened to one of my cousins years ago. She was building her house down in Prospect and had a child. They waited. They were watching and waiting. And a lot of times it's actually people who work on your job site. These construction workers telling their friends, oh yeah, I'm working on this nice house. The woman looked like she got money. Her and her Irish husband looks like they have money. And now she's putting in these nice top of the line, appliances by Samsung or LG or whoever. And they went in there and took out all of her appliances. I could not believe it. Now, they went overseas, honey child. I'm telling you. Ship them right overseas. And somebody got to either purchase them really, really cheaply, because when you steal stuff, you don't have to sell it for decent market value because you're just a thief. And so you'll undersell it. So this woman was stealing all kind of perfume and stuff. And I'm suspecting that that's exactly what she was going to do. She was going to go send it all to Jamaica and then sell it as a street vendor or whatever. Name brand stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, really? Oh gosh, Miss Vernita says today's my birthday. And I told you, if you're going to give me anything, I wanted your mac and cheese. Wow, Miss Vernita. I don't know if I can be cooking another one of them today for you, but I'll get you one. But you need to have a party, child, because you can't eat that whole thing of mac and cheese by yourself. So I need to arrange it when you can have a little party, because that's a lot of mac and cheese for one person. So can we do a better job and try to really try to get some of these containers inspected? People should have to prove, right? Especially if they're sending new items, they need to produce receipts from a bona fide company of where they bought those items from. Now, when they get to Jamaica, they're supposed to pay duty on stuff. So I don't know what documentation they're providing to the Jamaican authorities to say, if you have all these brand new perfumes and stuff, where is this coming from? But at that point, the Jamaican authorities probably don't care very much whether you stole it or not. You hand them a little receipt and they're going to believe you, even if you're making up that receipt. All they're concerned about is their duty. So Catherine says, good morning. When we start using security guards like security guards and not doormen, maybe crime might go down a small fraction. Just my 2 cents worth on the subject. Catherine, do tell us, I understand what you're saying, but what do you expect them to do as security guards is the question. Because I understand what you're saying. All of these businesses, it's so funny because from an immigration perspective, I do kind of wonder, it's like they're a mixture of concierge, security guards, customer service. And a lot of times we don't mind it. Like FedEx uses the little security guy there. I think he's African or something. Very, very helpful fellow. When you go in, he says, what kind of box you need. He's doing a FedEx job, a customer service job. But if he wasn't doing that, Catherine, what would he be doing as security? You know what I'm saying? Like most of these businesses, the security guard just stand there anyway. So I don't necessarily mind him helping out from a customer service perspective. He holds the door for you. If you need packages taken to your car, that require lifting, he does all that stuff. So it's not just security, but I don't know that impedes his security job, which would just be standing there looking at people anyway. What are they going to do? They can't do much of anything. They're not armed, to be quite frank. So your expectations of a security guard in this jurisdiction might actually be a little bit skewed. It reminds me of the one in, this was years ago. Remember when C&B got robbed down by Countryside? It was a Friday, and I'm going to tell you why I remember it so well. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Sandra. How are you?
Not bad, love. How are you?
I'm okay. Do I sound better than yesterday?
Well, it always happens that it's very intermittent. So people sound fine, and then they just go off the rails mid sentence. So let's try it today and see.
I hear you. No, I'm listening. I'm just tuning into your show, and you're talking about theft, and I'm assuming you're talking about the woman who got caught.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to make a comment, put something out in the ether. I think what retail stores need to start doing, they need to start putting those little tracking things on each and every one of those items. And in terms of all the spate of robberies that we've been experiencing with, people going and taking cash, I believe that businesses should start going cashless. Like, sorry, we don't take cash here.
Yeah.
Only card or,
Yes, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. Thank you. Well, that call was crystal clear. Thank you very much. So before we take any more calls, it seems like the conclusion that we've come to now with what was happening yesterday is that it is a recent update from Samsung to their Android phones that have impacted the phone. So I actually had a guy call me. He's in the telecom industry, and he sent me an article and stuff about it. So they seem that they're aware of it. So all I can say is hopefully they kind of fix it soon. Although this was in relation to Android 13, this device still has Android 12 on it. But anyway, fingers crossed. I haven't heard it yet today. So we'll see. Push comes to shove, we'll just put you on speakerphone if it starts to happen, because it seems like the speakerphone element is perfectly fine. But I did notice the phone got an update last night. So maybe they've already fixed it. I don't know. I don't know how quickly they fix stuff. Anyway, we'll see. Okay. So yes, I do think retail stores can do more, and I'll talk about that here in a second. So George says they've taken all the concrete mixer. Yes, they still listen. These construction sites, they steal equipment. I have a plumber guy that I use, bless his little heart, nice little Jamaican fella. One day he called me, he's working on a big project for Frank Hall, that's close to our home. And he called me to see if our cameras picked up anything because somebody stole his, what was it again? Some kind of big, was it a pump or something he was using at the construction site? Big, heavy equipment, not easy to move. Somebody stole it. And he's like, did your cameras pick that up? I'm like, wow, unbelievable. So Stacy says, I hope she has a Merry Christmas in jail. They probably give her bail, unfortunately. Good morning, Miss Jennifer. How are you? Dale says, expose them. The government let these no good immigrants into Cayman. This is what the citizens of Cayman have to put up with. Happy birthday. Well, Dale, listen, we're putting up with our own no good, and we're putting up with imported no good. And I am a little bit more annoyed by the imported no good, to be honest, because we often can't ship off our own. Not that we're giving them a pass, because they're still no good and they're still wrong. Good morning, caller.
Morning.
How are you?
Pretty good.
Good.
I heard you say something earlier about the cannabis that isn't quite accurate. It's about what's legal here. It's not just CBD that's legal here. It's also THC, which would get you high. But
I think I said what's legal here is for medicinal purposes.
Right. But what I'm saying to you is that you made a comment about there being a difference between getting high and medicinal. And I'm saying that what is medicinal can get you high. That's the only issue that I have with the part that you said.
Okay.
Just want to make it clear, because I get this question all the time where people think, well, is THC legal here? And the answer is yes. So that's the only point.
But this prescription that people are getting is not to smoke it.
Right. But smoking isn't what gets you high.
No, I know. I'm just saying that smoking isn't healthy.
Yeah, right. But I wasn't picking on that point. It was just that point about not creating any confusion between CBD and THC. Okay.
Thanks very much. I appreciate it.
And on the issue of people robbing, I think you should put up a sign that says guarded 3 nights a week. You guess which 3?
Say that again.
Regarding people taking stuff from your property, put up a sign saying guarded 3 nights a week. You guess which 3? Get it? Go get it. Okay. If you were coming to my place to rob me, and you knew that the place was guarded 3 nights a week, but you didn't know.
Oh yes, it's very much Russian roulette.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get you.
They're playing with their lives when they do that. They're gonna meet the wrong person.
Oh yes.
Anyhow.
Thank you, Danny. Appreciate it. All right, so I don't want to celebrate too quickly, but fingers crossed, because thus far I've not heard any robotic voices. Say a little prayer that it's been resolved by the update from yesterday. I don't know. All right, so listen, yes, lots of thieves all over the place, folks. And so I agree with the previous caller. They have the low security tags. When you're in retail, listen, one of your biggest concerns is what we call in the retail business shrinkage, theft. Yeah, things disappearing every quarter. And it depends on what type of retail you're in. We always had to do an inventory count. What the system says should match your physical inventory, and there's always shrinkage. I've worked in clothing retail. Like I said, I've had my fair share of retail jobs at the mall when I was a university student. Clothing retail, child, they come in, they get all kind of fanciful, trying to hide your clothes and they're in their clothes. They go in the dressing room and they don't, they take 5 pieces, they come back out with 4. Retailers spend a lot of money trying to keep an eye on these people. I have seen, for example, I don't know if they still do it, but like J.C. Penney's and Sears back in the day, before you went into a dressing room, there was someone there counting how many pieces you were going in there with, and they'd give you a ticket, say you're going in with 5 pieces. And when you come out, you better have 5 pieces in your hand. You know, they have to spend a lot of resources on security. I made an observation the other day that the Ross and Dolphin Mall, they have, and I guess maybe it's because that location is just very, very popular, and they do get a lot of merchandise items in that store. And a lot of people who travel go to that Doral location and stuff as well. They have more cameras in their ceiling per square inch of that place than I've seen in a lot of places. I mean, at least 50 cameras. And I was just making sort of a cursory observation about it because I just happened to look up. I'm like, damn, there's a lot of security cameras in here. Plus, they have security walking the floor, which is always a good idea. Normally in the US, sometimes you don't even know that that person is security. So unlike the Cayman model, which is security guards standing at the front door, you've got people walking the floor. You might suspect after a while that they're security because they're not actually buying anything. And then some of them might have like the earpiece or whatever in their ear, but they're walking in relatively, plain clothing. Sometimes of a late, their t-shirt might say security or whatever, but they're just walking around looking at people and looking for patterns of behavior. Because normally a thief is if you know what you're doing, they're relatively easy to spot, right? Because they're not focused on finding a deal. They're looking around to see who's watching them so that they can stick it in the baby stroller. They can stick it in another shopping bag or whatever. Listen, I am so paranoid when I walk into those stores. I'm like, listen, I don't like to take another bag from another store in, but sometimes you do. And I say to them at the register, just hold my bag for me because I don't want you to be trying to embarrass me about I stole anything up in here. I'm here to do an honest day's shopping, not into any mix up. I'm not stealing anything from anybody. Let's just get it straight. So, you've got the tags, you've got the stick-on tags that then will buzz at the door. Sometimes these people find a way to try to remove stuff. I have purchased clothing in Miami before, come to Cayman, they forgot to take the tag off. And, they have like a special removal gun. And then I've had to look all over Cayman for who might have that same gun removal system. Because if you try to pry it off yourself, it actually has ink on the inside. It messes up the garment. So security things for retail, security options for retail, they do have them available. I don't think a lot of people in Cayman necessarily use all of what's available to them because I guess they trust people. One of the biggest things that you can do in retail is have sufficient staff on hand, right? So that when people walk in the door, all of your staff are not busy at the register or they're not busy, in the back room trying to pull out new stock. You have people greet someone as they walk in the door. How can I help you? And then you discreetly walk with them and, offer them your assistance and engage them in conversation. And if you see 3 or 4 people walk into a retail environment and then you see them start to split up, they're up to no good. Remember those kids that hit Camana Bay? And one of their mothers, I'm going to talk about no good parents here in a second, had the audacity to call me talking about, her daughter's no thief. I said, really? Because the camera footage certainly shows otherwise. And they all got convicted for the record. I laughed when she said, but we're supposed to be family. We're supposed to be cousins. I'm like, woman, I don't know who the hell you are. And even if I knew who you are, you should know by now that I don't care. You could be my best and favorite aunt. And if you did this, you'd still be featured on CMR. So you claim that, I think it was a young man that she was saying was some kind of cousin or something. I'm like, listen, this Cayman, we all cousins. All right. Every one of you cousins to me. And that doesn't have anything to do with the price of rice in China. And it doesn't have anything to do with CMR reporting and you're thieving behind if that's what you're up to. So I was like, woman, I don't know who you are. And furthermore, I don't actually care. And so you're wasting your breath telling me that part of the story as though that is supposed to somehow be impactful. And the conversation that you're having with me right now, you need to be having with your child who is going on stealing, giving himself a criminal record and a bad name. And also the impact on the community is, the more money these retail stores have to pay because it's the right thing for them to have some level of security. But let's be very clear here. The more money that they have to spend on implementing security measures because people are just thieves, the more you're going to see that in the markup of goods because all these things cost money, cost of goods, cost of providing a service. And if they're spending a ridiculous amount of their money on security, you're going to see that in the price of goods. It has to be passed along somewhere. And that's just how the retail and the business industry works. Oh, yeah. Felicia, good morning. Diamond Princess says she agrees with that caller. She also says this is just shameful. How can you go to a country that you're a visitor and do that? Well, unfortunately, a lot of these people have no shame at all. They just don't care. And so they will come here and accept work that they know can't really pay the bills. And remember now, as a guest in this country, you always have a choice. I want to make this extremely crystal clear, painfully clear. No one forces you to come to the Cayman Islands. That would be slavery, indentured slavery. Yeah. So by all means, if someone has lied to you, if an employer has told you, oh, you're going to make all kind of money with tips and this and that is not the case, please pack up your bags and go. Don't get involved in illegal activity, side hustles, or anything else to try to make ends meet. It makes no sense. And I see it every single day. This week we had 3 people that we were trying to help them get their money back. One was a Caymanian. I think he might be a BRCA. And as soon as I messaged him, he said he can get it sorted out. I sure hope so. Took somebody's $1,800 for a plumbing job that never got done. No, Bobo. Pay the woman back her money. Another one, these people are buying cars from people. Now, I've noticed this is an industry that the government has got to crack down on. Government, are y'all paying attention? All these side hustlers that are trying to bring in cars from Japan and sell them, they don't even have the requisite business license to do so. One guy, he works at DHL and also selling cars. I want to see the business license for that. Because, of course, he's taking people's money and not delivering their cars. So when I messaged him the other day, all of a sudden, he could find the $2,000 out of the $2,000 out of the $2,500 that he owes this woman. Here's another one that somebody sent me on the 9th of this month. Hello, I heard this guy is going around selling sex toys while he works with DHL. What? Sex toys, cars. I mean, they're what? Say what? Yes. Into every imaginable side hustle. First of all, it's illegal to sell sex toys in the Cayman Islands, no matter what, because you couldn't get a business license for that. But to be doing it when you actually have a job at DHL, you know who you are, sir. We have your photo. Works. Please get on these people. You need to go through the process. You need to have a business license. Yeah, that's how this works. No, sir. The next one now, also at, was he FedEx or DHL? Hold on now. Let me tell you. The one with the car. Oh, no, he's at FedEx. Another crook. Yeah. Well, and boy, they can dress up and look so good. Look at him here in suit and tie. Oh, boy, looking sharp. Send this woman all kind of pictures. Oh, soon go to the bank and get the cash. And then we can meet up to do the transfer. Child, this woman been waiting on this so-called car forever. Woman can't get car all now. Months ago, she says that he's lied to me about when it's coming and refused to give me and my friend our money back. Message upon message upon message. Yeah. Here was the poor woman said, my God, you're such a terrible, poor thing. I scrape from my work. I give you already my account since last 2 months. She says, please, these are people begging, like, don't take advantage of me. Please don't make me stupid. I'm waiting here. I'm here at your workplace. And then he goes, oh, you have online banking. This is the foolishness that they go on with. Every one of these people should be fired from their primary jobs and deported from this island. You don't have permission to work in a second job. Works in CBC, and I don't know whose responsibility it falls under. You guys need to curtail this behavior, and you need to do it immediately. Y'all gonna leave it up to CMR to start embarrassing people for all these side hustles that are not approved by people, right? She goes on to say, if you let me drive to West Bay for nothing and you don't have my money, I'll be going to the West Bay police station to file a complaint against you for fraud and also trade and business Monday along with Camana Bay Road. Child. Plus coming to FedEx Monday morning to let your employers know enough is enough. She put that in bold, honey child. I'm tired of you trying to make a fool of me, and I need my money this evening. No more lying and excuses. So then he responds and says, sure, you can do whatever you want. You see, the audacity of these people sometimes really demonstrates the type of people they are. Well, since you're fresh, Davian, right? Right? You tell a woman she can do whatever she wants. Well, I tell you what, I can do you a favor today. And I'm going to out you right here. Consumer Friday, crooked Friday, because y'all a bunch of crooks. You have the nerve to tell this woman she can do whatever she wants. Okay. Let's see if you're ready for the consequences of your actions today. Because she did reach out to CMR. Desperate to get her $2,500 back. Yeah. I soon show y'all what he looked like, because he looks like a real dapper Don. This is what he tell her. You can do whatever you want. Hun. I don't know who he calling Hun. Then he comes back. How can I be fraud and you have my car driving? Are you mad? Hear how the story continues now. It's fraud because you always refuses to give our money back on my way to West Bay now. One pile of mix up. So there, she actually shows up at the bank, and he claimed he was coming that day. Where are you? Still waiting. Okay, soon come. All right, that was at 6:11. Soon come. 6:33. Where are you? Don't make me stupid. Waiting almost 2 hours. What a hot mess. I'll give you another 15 minutes. If you're not coming, going straight to the police station. Well, you know the police station, I can help her. But they're gonna say it's a civil matter. So she waited and waited. He never showed up. Goes on to say that I hope you sleep well for what you do to people. I suspect these people sleep very well, honey child. I do not believe that they have any issues sleeping, none at all. Otherwise, they wouldn't do this to people. They would have some degree of a conscience, and they have no conscience. She was to say, hope God gives you wisdom, what you did to me and all of my friends. So he owed her $2,500, and then he was trying to give her $2,000 back. So she has finally, just this week, collected the $2,000. What a mix-up situation. Seriously? She tells him, I've already contacted CMR. Don't waste my time. So apparently they've given him $6,500. And when she said, I already contacted CMR, don't waste my time, he says, you can contact the government. Who you are threatening, tell me. Face the little one still, and face the bad. The poor woman waiting and waiting and waiting for her money. So he sent her a voice note on Sunday saying that I will wait. She said, I'll wait for another day. But already he done changed the amount now from $2,500 to $2,000. She said it wasn't no $2,000. But he's a really, really fresh guy. Let's listen to this voice note. Oh, I can't even hear this one. Let me see if this one plays. Yeah, I can't really hear these still. But anyway, voice notes back and forth in one bag of mix-up. All right, let's just have a look at him and see what he looks like now. Like I say, he got some fine clothes that he can find money for. Mm-hmm. All right, sir. Davian Wright. You need to explain yourself, sir. And the only question I have for you, even Alexa over here talking about she's not sure. The only question I have for you, sir, is how is it possible that you're here working for FedEx, I'm sure on a work permit, and running a business as a car salesman? What Camanian do you work for that has this car importation business? And if it's not the case that you're working for anybody else and you're doing this on your own accord, then you do need to explain to me how that is possible. Because it appears to me that we have a conflict of a situation going on. Yeah. Who's the manager over at FedEx again? Is it still Mr. What's the fella there from Northside? Is it Northside or East End? I think it's Northside, right? Yeah. Northside. What's his first name again? His last name is Ebanks. Justin. Yes, Justin needs to pull this guy in this morning and find out what the dealio is. Because this is the kind of mix-up in situation that you don't want bringing attention to your business, right? Because he is a FedEx worker. And so what is going to end up happening is that one day somebody can roll up in FedEx and box this man down over their thousands of dollars that he owes. And you don't want this kind of drama at your workplace. And as an employer, if your staff do not understand the necessity for them to be compliant with the laws of this country, and that includes you're not permitted to run a side hustle. You're not a Caymanian, so you can't just go out there and open up a business. And even Caymanians have certain things that they have to do and follow when they want to open up a business. We need to apply for a business license. And through that application process, we have to then submit documentation to the relevant authorities. Some types of businesses require police clearance certificates. If it's an incorporated business, they want your corporate records, they want this, they want that, you got to pay licensing fees. So we have to do all of this to try to maintain some degree of decorum and compliance in this country. And you can just run up in here as what, a FedEx driver? I don't know what position you're working at FedEx. But help yourself to a side hustle where you're making money off of good, innocent people. And then on top of that, you have a level of dishonesty and attitude about it. No, Bobo. Not today. Not today. It ain't going to happen. Y'all need to shape up. Real Deal says most of those Jamaican men have some woman up in CBC in the palm of their hand. So those women are love struck and protecting them. What a bunch of fools, right? Jim says that if you break the law, have a work permit, residency, or Cayman status, it's an automatic loss of the above. And you get your behind deported. That's what it should be. And I agree that we need to rewrite some laws around here. This culture, we're talking about it for Monday, with the Cubans, culture of non-compliance, culture of I can come to the Cayman Islands, do whatever the hell I want, because this is a free-for-all, has got to change. Someone reminded me, just as an aside about the Cubans before I forget again. Someone reminded me that they're like, oh, Sandy, remember the post that you did some months back with the Cubans who were involved in a collision in North Side, I think it was? And I said, oh, yes, I totally forgot about that. You know that one of the young ladies, there were two young ladies in that car, right? So again, Cuban dude comes here, decides that he is going to drink and drive. Y'all need to hear what I'm about to tell you. Because the people who, again, were out there defending their non-compliance when it comes to out there begging in the streets, and I tell you, the people that want it for cigarettes and liquor and other stuff, yeah? Pay attention very, very closely to this story. He takes a vehicle. The owner of that vehicle had been off island for over a year, some Jamaican guy. So I don't know who he left the vehicle with, how he left it, or whatever. One of the other Cubans who had been here seems to have somehow had access to the vehicle. Government, listen to me and listen to me good. You all need to close this loophole where people can purchase a vehicle and never transfer it in their name. That should never happen. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. How you doing?
My dear Medea, how are you?
That conversation earlier, I tried to get you. I did not get you, but I call back now.
Mm-hmm.
Someone called to a similar situation, similar to one you're talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And I must tell you, now, I don't know if I'm on the air right now.
You're on the air, sir. We're live and direct.
Okay.
It's showtime.
I turn off my radio.
Okay.
And if you ask the young lady, in most occasions, if you ask her if she had a receipt, they never generally get a receipt because they trust the person so much.
Huh.
And someone asked me, that's a similar situation, similar to this one. So I said to the young man, I said, do you have a receipt? And then he gave they go to the police station. Police don't want to deal with this kind of situation.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's evidence.
Mm-hmm.
And the evidence is the receipt.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a good it's always a good idea for, without a doubt, for people to make sure that they have the paper trail.
No, listen to this one. Other guy, he asked me to assist him. He bought this 55-inch TV from a guy, and he said, the guy said, well, I don't have any internet, so I can't test it for you.
Mm-hmm.
So he took some, plug it in. If it's not working, say, one, take it back. Took it back. Then he said, well, I can't take it back. You already take it out of the house. I can't take it back, so I would like to get back my money. The guy wouldn't give him back the money. So my advice to him is, well, do you have a receipt? He said, no, I don't have any receipt because I trusted them.
What a mess. Thank you, caller. It almost seems like you shouldn't have to say this, folks, but yes, always get a receipt. Always put everything in writing. But let me be very, very clear. Even when you do not have a receipt, there are conversations back and forth between these people on WhatsApp that proves the case. Remember the teacher, the John Gray high school teacher? What's the latest with him? Don't want to pay that woman her money back. And I find that a lot of what is happening here is they're taking advantage of women A lot of these women have been Filipino and other women on work permits because they feel like, oh, they're going to be afraid to speak out because they themselves are here on a work permit. I mean, like, seriously? Y'all need to stop the foolishness. So someone says that this guy doesn't have a work permit. So what does that mean exactly? He's a status holder? What is his immigration status in this country? So then it means that DCI needs to get on him about why he's running a business without the respective permit from them to do so. That's also an offense. Y'all understand? Somebody said he's a crook like his mother. I don't know who his mother is. But oftentimes I find apples don't fall far from the proverbial tree. So you grow up learning crookedness in the family and you just continue it on because that's your hustle all your life is to be a crook. My God. Sandra says no conscience. That is why there's so much killing in Jamaica. Jim says deported, red flagged, denied entry into the Cayman Islands ever again. Miss Carol says he's out of order. Melissa says he's above the law. Well, that's what he wants to think, honey child. Miss Darlene says we as Caymanians are too nice out here pleading with no good people for their own money. People need to stop looking for deals when hiring these people and go to licensed companies and individuals. Cayman need to get some sort of registered good business in place so that we can check them out. I'm going to come back to that point here, Darlene, in a second. Morning, caller.
Yes, Miss Sandra, morning again.
Good morning.
You know that Cayman has a few rights, right?
We have a few?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, just letting you know that I know that, you know, you're kind of young and you in all the time here, so that might have missed you, but Cayman does have quite a few rights, and some of them are salty, as you would say. So that little faithfulness there, you know, that could be our very, very own. So just bear that in mind.
Thank you, my dear. So apparently he's not here in a work permit. He must have some sort of a residency put in, but I can tell you what, like I said, even if you were Caymanian, you'd be highlighted here this morning, sir. So get your shit together. Here's another one. So I was talking about the Cubans. Let's go step back a second. I mentioned that government needs to close this loophole where people can purchase a vehicle and have physical possession of the vehicle and never actually get the legal paperwork to transfer done. A lot of this is happening. Even NRA, DEH, when they're trying to clean up our roadside and remove these derelict vehicles, they can't do so. Why? Because they're not sure who the vehicle even belongs to. Because sometimes a vehicle has changed hands all 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And no one has actually done the transfer paperwork. I don't understand how this is being permitted. The loophole needs to be closed immediately. Because this is what happens. Someone has access to a vehicle and the quote unquote lawful owner is off island. He's no longer living in the Cayman Islands for over a year. Take this vehicle, driving drunk, Cuban guy, doesn't have a driver's license, driving on the wrong side of the road and has a head-on collision. This is a Cuban migrant now. Be very, very clear with what I'm telling you. Has a head-on collision. Yeah? With some poor Caymanian child driving a vehicle with her friend. She had a brand new vehicle that she just gotten, totaled her car, and obviously, as you can see, this one totaled as well. Now, he not got no license, no insurance, no nothing. Good morning,
Sarah,
caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
What happened? Because I didn't know that you have been live.
Well, honey child, you're on air now and we are live.
Okay, sorry for that. Because we already settled last Tuesday about that car, and then
Did
what happened is
he give you the balance of the 500?
no, they still have the balance for 2,500 instead. Because what happened is this is a situation.
Mm-hmm.
I lent a car last February for him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Then I do the
Uh-oh.
hello.
Yes. Uh-huh.
We're on air to this morning. I'm on air.
Hello?
Hello, Ma'am Miss Sandra. I'm on air.
Yes. Yes, you're on air.
My God. Oh my God. Can I call you back again? Because it's really terrible now because we are he's trying to get my car now.
Here's the thing, right? You contacted us to say that this man has crooked you and wouldn't give your money, and you were back and forth for months. I'm going to make myself very clear, right? Because when people come to me, you need to understand what is going to happen. We will expose him. So even though now that you tell him, oh, I've gone to CMR and he's going to try to quick time fix the situation, months later, it's too late. You've already come to us. You've told him, he said he didn't care. So since he did not care about getting exposed on CMR, he's getting exposed today. And you now have no control over the situation because you've already come to us, provided all the receipts of him doing what you said that he did. Maybe he shouldn't have done it in the first place.
So what should I do, Miss Sandra? Because he's trying to...
He's going to have to fulfill his side of the contract because you have a contract with him. And if he does not do so, he'll be featured on CMR again. This is why, listen, honey, child, let me give you a little bit of advice, okay? This is why you were taken advantage of to begin with. You guys have got to grow some balls. You know what balls are?
Yeah.
Yeah? You've got to get some gumption. Stop making people take advantage of you. And unfortunately, in your community, people see the Filipinos here as easy prey. Y'all are a little bit too soft with certain things. Stop allowing people to take advantage of you because that's exactly what this guy thought he could do and what he's been doing for months. So you don't need to be calling on the show this morning apologizing to him or me or anybody else. He has a contractual obligation that he has to fulfill, whether he's on this program now or not. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, Miss Sandra.
Yes, that does not impact what he has to do for you. And if he decides not to do the right thing, you message me again and I gotta feature him again. How about that?
Sandra, okay, I will let you know.
Yeah, you sound worried, honey child. Don't be worried.
Yeah, because I don't want any trouble with
Yes,
him. I'm trying to fix everything, but oh my God, I'm so worried about now because he's trying to. Oh my God, Miss Sandra, please, I don't know how to do this situation right now.
You just need to make him fulfill the contract. You don't have to do anything else. He has said he's going to do X. You have the messages. He better do X.
Okay.
It's as simple as that. You don't have to apologize. You don't have to be nice to him after how he's treated you and the messages that he's put out there telling you he doesn't care who you go to. You can go to the police. You can go to the government. You can go to CMR. He had you waiting for 2 hours at the bank in Countryside. Remember how this man has treated you, madam? Yes?
I know, but I have a soft heart.
Yes, that's the problem. That, my dear, is exactly the problem. Your heart a little bit too soft for foolishness. Have a soft heart for the right things, like people who are doing the right thing and can't help themselves. That's who you have a soft heart for. Have a soft heart for like old people, elderly people, children, animals. You know, they can't help themselves. Don't have a soft heart for a crook who's been crooking you and your friends for months. Your kind-heartedness is being misplaced. Anyway,
Okay, Miss Sandra, I understand.
you don't worry yourself. Because if he has any good sense, and I'm sure he look like he's a proper crook, if he has any good sense, he will fulfill the contract, or he will be featured even more in CMR.
Okay, noted, Miss Sandra. Thank you.
All right, my dear. You have a wonderful day.
Okay.
All right, love.
Okay.
You see what I'm telling you? This is why people get taken advantage of. Because you're soft-hearted. Now she's worried, oh my God, he's not going to do what he says. He better do it. If he got one iota of sense in his head, he better do it. You can imagine. She more worried now than he been worried for months. My God. Rosemary said maybe he's threatening her. Siobhan says, yep, soft-hearted is what get you used and taken advantage of. Trust me. You got to know when to toughen up that soft heart, honey child. Listen to me now. Somebody was saying to me the other day, Sandy, I didn't know you were so soft to that one day you were crying on the radio. I said, listen, all of us have the potential to have that part of it. We are 360-degree people, right? Nobody's one-dimensional. In fact, with certain things, I'm the softest hearted person you'll ever listen. Pulling into the parking lot of Cost You Less the other day, I waited for a mother with her baby chickens to get out of the way before I pulled into the parking spot and ran over one of her chicks. That is how soft-hearted I am. But I'm not gonna be soft-hearted towards crooks and vagabonds. They better get themselves together. No, sir. And this is why I also tell people, when they come to me with their shenanigans and they want my help, please ensure that you know what the outcome is going to be. Our process here is very, very clear. Huh? Extremely clear. Don't come to me and then change your mind about what you want to do. You either want justice or you don't want it. You think he would have paid you the $2,000 on Tuesday if you had not said to him, I've already contacted CMR? Darlene says, worried woman, stop feeling sorry for this trash. Let CMR take care of his, you know what? No soft heart unless you can give your money. You can give away your hard-earned money. Yes, this is it. You can't have it both ways. You either want your money back or you don't. And if you want your money back, then we're going to get you the rest of the balance of the $500, and he's going to fulfill the rest of the contract. Jonathan says he probably called that woman telling him that she needs to call CMR and tell, well, listen, you can't take it back. That's it, right? Alejandro says Filipino women don't know their rights because of their culture, and people take advantage of that. They take advantage of it because a lot of them are a little bit on the soft side. And it's not just Filipinos, it is a little bit of a thing with Asian cultures in general. They tend to be very compliant. Some of them, let's just put it that way. And when they come here, I must say they're the only country that comes here where the government actually takes the time to say, oh, by the way, when you go to the Cayman Islands, these are the rules and this is how you must try to behave. Now, I'm not saying that they all do it because we featured a couple Filipino crooks here as well. But they are going to, for the most part, be more compliant than other nationalities that are here. What a bangarang this morning. Anyway, young man, sort out the woman. Don't make me put you on the website because that will make you even more famous. You'll be Insta famous, Facebook famous, and website famous. Dean says, crooks have no place in my heart. My heart is for people who deserve to be there. Exactly. Mo Adam says, laughing out loud, receipt. Some of them bunch of thieves and liars. So what gonna help if he already told the lady to call CMR and the police? That means that he doesn't care or give a S. They give you receipt fake like them. No apologies for thief or get scared. His spot is prison. Aliana showing up late this morning says, I'm here. CMR hot. What did I miss? Shy, you got to come to class on time now. You can't be coming late. Siobhan says the only person who should be apologizing is him, but he needs to do the right thing. Dion up in the house from the Bayanihan community, Filipino community. He says, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Y'all need to stop apologizing and tell me you're sorry. It should be him that's sorry, but his sorry ass. Sharon says, sounds like she's scared of him. Yes, a lot of these, listen. You blow hard at some people, they're scared, you know. That's why they be running to us, because they're like, oh, you got the broad back, honey cha. You sort them out for us. Marvia says, please take this down, Miss Sandra. This is not real story. Take down what? Which story are you referring to? Because everything we've shared this morning, we have receipts for. We've seen the voice notes, we've heard the voice notes, and we've seen all the messages. What story are you referring to? Surely you're not talking about the one with the Cubans. Let's get back to them. Look at this smash up. So here you know. Insult to injury. He driving a vehicle that isn't his. Smash up somebody else's vehicle, almost kill these two young ladies, one of them still having medical issues to this day, still having headaches and all sorts of stuff from her head injury. He has no insurance. Yeah? No insurance, folks, that is going to actually pay for this. Instead, the government of the Cayman Islands is going to have to foot the bill. Y'all listen to me now. I hope y'all are ready. The government of the Cayman Islands is going to have to foot the bill for him because he's a migrant. So they would have paid for whatever medical assistance he needed. And since he doesn't have insurance and he's here on our tab, they should have to foot the bill for these young ladies and their injuries as well. One of them still suffering from headaches months after this accident. Right? And y'all want to talk foolishness to me about, oh, you're xenophobic? No. I have a phobia of scammers and of people who don't want to follow the simple rules that we have in this country. Well, what could we call that? Scammer phobia? You're not supposed to drink and drive no matter who you are. You're not supposed to drink and drive without a license, Bobo. You just come here with Cuba, you never drive a car in your damn life. That's why you're on the wrong side of the road. Then you have a head-on collision with these poor girls, almost killing them. And y'all want me to be sympathetic to who? Like I said, I have a soft heart, but it's not for foolishness. It's not going to go for this type of thing. CIG, please do tell me. Where's the situation? Y'all picking up the medical bill for these young ladies yet? Is this man going to jail now? This migrant? Because look like they don't want to put the migrants in jail either. Even when they're breaking the law. The one who commandeered that ship the other day, he didn't serve no jail time, and he should have. Something stinks to high heaven around here. We need to get it together, and we need to get it together very, very quickly. Alejandro's like, WTF? Jim says the people that came out and pay the bill. You better believe that. Because when we say government, that's us. Jonathan says, poor little Filipina woman doesn't know what to do. He probably cussing her out and threatened her in Jamaican patois. And it all got her rattled. And she probably only understands the bad words. Well, like I said, she's not the one who should be apologizing. Dion says not only CMR is cheesy today, but super hot. I'm not sure cheesy is the right word, but Siobhan says, because if this more than one time make him a famous, fill in the blank, pay that woman her money, bring down the hammer on his butt, Miss Sandy. Kizzy, good morning. So good to see you. She says that man needs some good dealing with. It's really ridiculous. Marvia says there's two sides to every story. Let me be very clear. The voice notes and the messages of him claiming that he was going to show up to the bank and pay the woman seems to be, I don't know what other side you're going to argue. The messages are there. What are you going to tell somebody to go to the bank for and make them wait for 2 hours and still don't pay them? What's your side of the story? That she was just randomly showing up at the bank because you didn't promise for her to come to get the money? And he paid the money. That shows that he knew exactly that he was wrong. He's paid the bulk of it. Now he must pay the woman the rest and sort out whatever the situation is. That's why when you contact us, the first thing I say is show your receipts. What is the evidence of what you're saying that it's actually even true? Yeah. And a lot of times we will actually reach out to these people and say, do yourself a favor, resolve this before you get featured on CMR. And you see, if he didn't have a stink attitude, he might have gotten that courtesy as well. But when some of y'all come with your stink attitude, I ain't afraid of no police. Police can't do nothing to me. Government can't do nothing to me. You get what the duck get. His neck chopped off at Thanksgiving dinner and served on a platter. Gabby, good morning. Gabby says they need to be patrolling the waters so they can spot them before they enter Cayman waters and send them back out to sea. Sad to say, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You know, the thing about that, Siobhan, is, Gabby, is that we also have an obligation, because a lot of their vessels are not seaworthy at all. We also have an obligation to not put them in any danger. So if they're traveling these unseaworthy vessels, even if they're, right outside of our, like still in international waters, we can't just push them out and make them go drown. I know you might think that that's an option, but, we can't just go around randomly killing people. All right, so let's look at the other thief now. This one's special. We have a name. Let me get you her name, honey child. Yeah, somebody says, who's footing that bill? This person says that the 3 to 4 migrants who actually are brought to the emergency room every single week with some sort of medical care. Who's footing that bill? We are. We, the people of the Cayman Islands. Yes, honey child. This person making me laugh. This person says, poor Marlon. I know he didn't get no Asian woman. The joke about it is he don't want none. He wants somebody who can put their foot down when necessary. I guess all men fantasize about having a woman that's going to be so at your beck and call and apologizing for everything. They fart. Here, your husband farts and the Asian women apologize for the stink. That's how some of them are so compliant. I'm like, y'all need to just... Oh my God, what a hot mess. All right, so take a note of this next crook. Her name, drum roll please, is Angelita Nelson Hurst. Yes, let's see what she's been up to. Proper thief this morning.
Yeah, we're gonna get the report from the police. Apparently he went to her house and found more products from Victoria's Secret as well. She stole from there, and she stole from Pena nearly 20 bottles of perfume. 20, you understand? Now the police want us to look up more on video. I'm like, we don't even know which day she come in, which day she doesn't come in. It's hard. Anyway, this lady, she used to work with Angel Cleaning Company. So I'm gonna ask tomorrow. I'll get to have more information. Thank you. Bye.
Angel Cleaning Company. You've hired a thief, honey child. Please deal with this one forthwith. She is going to jail. Look at her. They're handcuffed. You know, the police and you retail stores need to start doing this. Every single time they come in your store and they get caught, send their pictures to CMR so we can post them. We can make them, as somebody say, ass famous. My God. How was she doing it? Was she putting it in a bag? I don't see a bag with her, but did she have like a big handbag that she was putting all this stuff into? I don't know. I don't know who this woman is crazy. Like, really, Angelita? Nosa? Angelita Nelson Hurst. And apparently she had an accomplice that they've now caught. I'm going to get her name later on because we need to find her too. So Angel says wrong information. She's not in our company. Well, it shouldn't take too long to find out who has her work permit. Mm-hmm. Okay. Y'all get it together now. Whoever has her work permit, she needs to be gone. What a hot mess. And like I said, container just left Cayman, and she's got boxes in it, probably full of stolen goods. 20 bottles, yes. And nothing has happened to her yet. I mean, now she's been arrested, so we're going to see exactly where this goes. I suspect Siobhan, she wasn't going to give those away as presents. Come on now, she's not that stupid. She's going to be selling those products to make some money. Cara says, hey, I've seen videos with women wearing skirts and putting 107 load detergent between their legs and walking out. Well, that is what you call some thigh power. These men should be afraid of them because they grab them by the you know what with those thighs and they might break everything. No child. Alejandro says, Sandy, they got all kind of different hairstyle, colors, and wig. It's hard to say who they are sometimes. Siobhan says she's speechless. She doesn't know how she did it. Oh, mess. Real deal? You made me spit out my tea this morning. Here, real deal. Real deal says, wait for the police report. It will say a female from Georgetown or wherever. I know, right? Caymanians get very insulted when the police do that. Y'all like, she don't know damn Georgetowner. And I said, well, technically, they didn't say she was a Georgetowner, but I get your point. Because they'd be like, where does she live? And we know she's not even Caymanian. They'd be like, yeah. A murderer from West Bay. And meanwhile, he's from Honduras. The police are using it to say, what they should say is a resident of, and then state the district. Uhan says, looks like an inside job to me. Thought about that. More than one thief. Debbie says, we import the worst. Well, we definitely get a lot of them. And when you have some people in your home too, you better know what you got in your home, child. Because I've heard of quite a few people. In fact, speaking of those nice little Filipinos, some of them women go in people's homes and they got the stickiest of fingers. Be stealing jewelry and all kind of stuff. Because the employers have contacted me. I was like, wow. Someone says she was stuffing them in a pouch under her dress. So she was lifting up her dress in the perfume store. Nobody thought that was weird. What the hell? Yes. I tell you. Somebody says we need to stop importing Jamaicans and instead import the Filipinos. They're much more respectful and honest. Well, let me say this. It's not so much a nationality thing as the caliber of people that we're bringing in from all over the place. We are scraping at the bottom of the barrel, right? So this is why I say, when I say I honestly have nothing against any nationality, I can say this with a pure heart. What I have is the fact that we're scraping from the bottom of the barrel. We get the worst of the worst of the worst. We have a lot of Jamaicans here who cause no problems at all. They go about their business, they work, they're not no bother to nobody. Remember now, Jamaicans is the number one foreign population here in the Cayman Islands. And a lot of them have integrated into Caymanian families. Some of us, like myself, have a grandfather that's Jamaican from St. Elizabeth. He was a hard-working man that came here and provided for his family. So much so that he left every one of his children something when he died. A piece of land. Some of them got land South Sound that they didn't know the value of when sold for pennies on the dollar. Some of them got businesses that they were able to pass on to their children and their children's children. They got land here, there, and everywhere. But we're not necessarily getting those types of people from anywhere anymore. We just bringing in anything. And the employers are not paying attention to what they're bringing in and unleashing on people. These employers need to take some degree of responsibility as well. And that simply is not happening. Brother Chuck, speaking of family, cousin Chuck, gonna need some OT this morning. So yes, this is exactly what it is. Start asking some questions about who you are trying to employ. And then you might find out a thing or two about who they are. And we catch a Zumbo. I remember the one up East End who stole the phone and then tried to concoct some story about how, no, she picked it up by accident. Really? Days later, you never noticed that it wasn't your phone. Jim said there's good and bad in every nationality. Absolutely. Carmen says, and very respectful, Mr. Charlie. Part of it is cheap labor. Again, poverty doesn't dictate that you're going to be a thief. A thief is a thief is a thief, no matter who they are and what financial stratosphere they come from. Y'all heard about this story in Jamaica, this big time fraud case with Sagicor? 2 sisters, now their family must be shame, involved in a $65 million fraud in Jamaica. One was like head of marketing, big time job. Beautiful young ladies, look like they live in the life on somebody else's dime. And they, between the 2 of them at least, one is named, one name? Former Sagicor VP, slapped with fraud-related charges. These are some of the headlines now. So one is named Alyssa Moulton White. She's the outgoing vice president of group of marketing at Sagicor Group. And she's been charged in connection with a $65 million fraud. That's Jamaican dollars. So I think in US, maybe that's like 300,000 or something like that. Yeah. Then the sister is also involved in another fraud. But here the joke now. The lawyer for one sister said that the two cases are not related. It's not the same fraud. I said, well, what are the chances, really? That two sisters, a bunch of thieves alike, work for the same company, but involved in different frauds in the company? Here's one sister. I said, wow, their parents must really be ashamed. So this is Alyssa Moulton White. And according to her attorney, because it says the arrest in charge of former vice president of group marketing of Sagicor Group Jamaica, Alyssa Moulton White, on Wednesday, created shockwaves that sent attorney Bert Samuels into battle mode. Good for him. He better battle for her because she looked like she's a thief. Multiple charges were laid against her to include conspiracy to defraud, unlawfully making device and data available for the commission of an offense, engaging in transactions that involved a criminal offense, and receiving stolen property. So she's going to appear in Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on February the 21st. But Samuel was told the Jamaican Observer on Wednesday that his client maintains her innocence and moved to clarify that her matter isn't connected to the $65 million fraud case against her sister, Trisha Moulton, who is a former Sagicor bank manager. Good positions, yeah. And Malika McLeod, who's a former personal banker at the same institution. Lord have mercy. So those two were out on bail and are scheduled to return to the parish court, I guess, soon. And the allegation has nothing to do. So one allegation has nothing to do with the $65 million case. So these charges now for Alyssa are in relation to a $661,000 case. What a mess. That is the amount that she's facing. Here, Alexa, she's so confused. Alexa, stop. No, sir. She heard Alyssa and thought I said Alexa now. This is the amount she's facing, and we do not wish to confuse this sum with any other sum in relation to another case. So two sisters being charged in separate matters. One is former VP of marketing, and the other one is a bank manager. Like, seriously? Wow. No, sir. I don't know. Don't know how they did it, but anyway. And I think one of them, the one who's outgoing marketing manager or whatever, VP of marketing, I hear that she actually used to work for a television station in Jamaica. I think somebody said CVM or something. She used to do news or something or another. I said, wow, you can imagine what a hot mess. Good looking young ladies, you know. Their families must be so ashamed of them. Bringing shame upon the whole family. What a bangerang. Oh, yes. And one of them is into the ministry. Up in some church. Her and the husband ministers to people. I can't remember which sister now because, I get the full 411 and all their shenanigans. But I do know that one of them is actually a pastoral minister. I tell you, them churches got some of the biggest crooks, right? Yes, my darling child. Up in church, praising the good Lord. Two sisters. What a hot mess. I tell you. They even had an article with her talking about she recommends doing more. Hear this one. Alyssa Moulton White recommends doing more than your job description. She was doing more, all right. She was helping herself to somebody else's money. Definitely doing more. Doing more than she should have been doing. Wow. So sad. And like I said, they're not coming from no poor people. Average middle class family, bringing shame now to the whole family. How horrible is that? Really and truly. Trying to stay in these fashionable frocks, I guess. I don't know. Trying to buy more weave than they need. Listen here, folks. You have got to learn to live within your means. Right? If you want to get married and you can only afford a little small wedding, then you live within your means and you have your little small wedding. You're not here to impress other people. That is what gets you in trouble. You heard what the finance guy said yesterday, Dr. Snipes? That we're all into trying to please people. This is a problem. Stop living for other people because they don't pay your bills. Right? Here's a picture of her praying. She's going to be doing a lot of praying if she gets sent to jail, I imagine. Stop trying to dress up for people. Live within your means. My God. Did she have it looks like the she was posting a friend who was diagnosed with cancer. Breast cancer awareness. Yeah. What a mess, child. I tell you, honesty is something that it's just unbelievable. So they had done an article on Alyssa earlier that said that she was actually leaving. This is November the 28th. That she was leaving. She was stepping down from the Sagicor group from the position. But it seems like the reason why, and it's so funny because somebody in the comment section said, okay, then I wonder if she was forced or she's under investigation as well. So people were suspecting that something was amiss. And until this case came out, there were people who were saying, oh no, her sister messed things up for her because it seemed like the sister got caught first. So they were like, no, the sister messed things up for her. Oh, mess. Okay, they mess things up for each other, for themselves, nobody else. I tell you, well, maybe they can share a jail cell together. I'm not really sure how that works in Jamaica, but Jim says you can dress some people up. Oh, yes. Miss Dorothy says, help me, Jesus. Well, he might be able to. Maka says, please talk about the lady, not the country. She's not the only one work big places and charge for thief. It's all over the world, not just Jamaica. Evelyn says 2 thieving sisters one time. Yes, my dear child. Last says not every Jamaican is a thief. Well, nobody ever said that. In fact, what we did say is that a lot of Jamaicans are here in Cayman, and the vast majority are law-abiding citizens. Very, very sad. Rohan says people just feel the need to step on anyone to get to the top, just a bunch of thieves. And the thing about it, Rohan, is they do know that eventually they're going to get caught. This is the thing with a thief. I feel like stealing could be some sort of an addiction. Because once they start, they look like they can't stop. Even when they know they're going to get caught, it's only a matter of time. And they just keep at it. I mean, look at this now. Where will they ever be able to get a decent job in Jamaica again? This one, Alyssa was winning all kind of accolades for, rising women in Jamaica, women in power, this, that, and the next thing. I mean, you throw away your reputation. And that is one thing you cannot get back. When it's all said and done, you cannot get your reputation. You can't. Geez, some peace. November 30th, there was an article in this publication saying what's next for her now that she's leaving the company. Well, talking about she was going to take her career to unforeseen heights, pledging, what should I say? Fealty to the company that placed faith in her and elevated her to its C-suite. On Monday came the surprising news that Sagicor would no longer be requiring her services. Little did they know. Her position made redundant due to a restructuring exercise. That was the excuse they gave back in November. Hear what it said. A terse company statement with a robotic tone about it read, as part of a restructuring exercise announced in September, the position of Vice President of Marketing will be made redundant effective December 31st. Hardly the Christmas present Alyssa was expecting. Child, she's been getting Christmas presents for a long time, and she's been stealing people money. She'll be all right. But you see, this was before they knew what was really going on. I'm sure the company knew precisely what was going on, and they just trying to push her out the door before the charges came. It says speculation abounds, personality issues, a need to move in a new direction, a tough year that has hampered Sagicor's financial performance, concerns about a familial connection that could potentially embarrass the group. Who knows? But the chatter continues. The statement by Sagicor could have been a little more gracious and should have placed emphasis on Alyssa's contributions. There's a reason why Sagicor didn't do that, because they knew she's a damn thief and they were just waiting on the criminal charges. Yeah, so they weren't going to give her no praise. Hear what this publication goes on to say. This is so funny. It served to let all those in corporate Jamaica know that you can't get too comfortable in that big job with all those perks. You are replaceable and not even an afterthought. Don't rest on your laurels. Isn't that funny? It's funny because they obviously don't even know what was going on behind the scenes. I mean, it's a good point. You should never rest on your laurels, to be honest. Regardless of what company you're in, everybody's replaceable. Goes on to say that Sagicor went on to announce that the position of vice president, head of group marketing, would be subsumed by executive vice president shared services. They go on to make this statement. Now, this needs closer attention. Either Sagicor thought it wasn't getting bang for buck and decided that Carl Williams could also do Alyssa's job, or it had made a quick move and sees this as a temporary solution. Alicia, I think her name's actually Alicia, would have fine-tuned the day-to-day operations of the marketing department and was the face of it. To annex it to shared services means less energy, time, and money will be placed in marketing. She was always amenable, they say, and was known for her personal touch and willingness to find an accommodation. Anyway, my love, all I can tell you is sticky fingers get you in trouble no matter where you are. How much she will be feeling dejected and bruised. Her abilities speak for themselves, and there are opportunities for her. You think there's any marketing opportunities in jail? I wonder. She has a media background, and that can be most useful. Julian Rogers should be out of the Jamaican Observer any day now. By the way, I know Julian Rogers. I've met him, and he's in our Caribbean group. So it's funny that they made reference to him because he's leaving. He's retiring from the Jamaican Observer. So it says that he'll be out of the job any day now and is expected to be replaced by long-serving Natalie Chin, who did a fantastic job running the company's advertising and marketing department. Alicia also gets on well with the irrepressible Novia McDonald White, who has for years set new standards in lifestyle journalism. So already they were pivoting her to take over jobs at the Jamaican Observer. Poor them. Like I said, I'm not sure what opportunities are available in prison marketing, but that may be, if they get a conviction, that may very well be where she's headed. Good luck to you, madam. Somebody says no integrity, period. Boy, you can say that again. Ay. All right. So, Angel said earlier that this thief, Angelita, doesn't work for them. I think, Angel, you might want to check your employee records. Let me just leave it at that, because it seems like you had put in a work permit for this woman. Maybe you put in so many work permits you don't even know. I'm just saying. Hot mess. So this one says, okay. All right, let me see what else we got here, folks. All right, I think it's going to be trivia time. Let's read a few comments. Marshall says some of these girls in Jamaica are putting their caps higher than they can reach and trying to live in the limelight, so they have to steal to keep up. And by the way, I mean, things in Jamaica, from what I understand, because I don't really understand the currency, I must admit the currency confuses me. Because when I hear $65 million, I'm thinking like $65 million, like US dollars, right? And so, yeah, then when I hear that's only like 300,000, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm confused. The conversion confuses me. It sounds like so much money. But, you know, there are homes in Jamaica that are just as expensive or more expensive than Cayman, and people are out there hustling in these streets. They have the same housing problem or worse than us trying to find affordable housing. So a lot of people, I suspect, are trying to live above their means when they need to scale it back. Miss Joy Sand is in the house. She says, when it's a Caymanian, you all usually talk about the country. It is the way it should be, but it should go both ways. Let's not try to make this a nationality thing this morning. As I always say, if the person is Jamaican, I will say that they're Jamaican because it's a fact. That's where they're from. If the person is Caymanian, I will say that they're Caymanian because it's a fact and that's where they're from. The same energy goes into all of these people. Okay? Cubans get the same energy. If you're Honduran crook, you get the same energy. If you're Belizean crook, you get the same energy. We don't have no time, no place, no energy, positive energy for crooks. You get outed the same way on this platform, regardless of who you are. So don't be jumping in the comments, because I noticed some of y'all have never even been here before. And all of a sudden, no, you're picking on Jamaicans. No, I'm not picking on Jamaicans. If you pay attention to this platform, it's what the person does that highlights them in a negative way. And we might talk about where they're from, and that's part of the conversation. Okay. Marshall says the families, I'm sure, knew what was going on and also benefited from the stealing. I don't necessarily know that. We don't know that to be true. A lot of families, you know, they know you have a good job. They might not know exactly how much you're making. And, you know, they figure, okay, she's got a decent job. She's vice president of group marketing. That's like the top job in the marketing department in Sagicor. She should have been making a decent salary. Now, I don't know. What's a decent salary in Jamaica? Like, what are people making per month in these top positions? Give me the US equivalent, please. Because when you say in Jamaican dollars, like I just told you, I'm going to be confused and don't know what the hell you're talking about. Yeah. But they're making decent money. It just goes beyond. Somebody just sent me by the way, I saw some comment earlier from Andine about I must not know that they have I must not know that they have sex shops here in Cayman selling sex toys. No, child, I don't know that, but thank you very much for telling me nonetheless. Jonathan says not too many people in this world make their millions, being honest. Just some people know how to do it better and not get caught. I wouldn't say that that's true either, Jonathan. I think there's a lot of millionaires and, rich people who have done it the right way. You don't have to be a crook. And you don't also have to be a millionaire to live a comfortable life. So I don't know why y'all be esteeming to be a millionaire for. Ms. Dean says, Sagicor is my insurance company. I hope they didn't mess with my son's hard-earned cash. Well, I understand that part of the scheme, at least in one of the sisters, like I said, I don't know which one, was actually taking money out of people's account. I was like, what? And that's hard-earned money. Like one was like, we had some friends over the other night. They're from Jamaica, so they knew a little bit more about the story. And they were telling me like one transaction was like $60,000 or something that somebody had in their account. I was like, whoa. So Marshall says that if it was in Cayman, they'd be able to get another job, another good job dealing with money, but not in Jamaica. That's it for them. Oh, child, Cayman would promote him to head of the entire company, probably. Marshall also says, yeah, the restructuring was because they no longer needed a thief in the company. I'm just saying. Oh, Al says that the real big criminals always get away. No, they don't. They get caught. The Bernie, what's his name? Madoff? What the heck was his name? Of the worlds, they eventually get caught. The Donald Trumps of the world. Y'all sit there. His company was just found guilty of some shenanigans. They eventually get caught. You can do what you want but not as long as you want. You know what them old people say? Time longer than rope, and it surely is. You will eventually be exposed. Keisha, good morning. Watching from TNT. Trinidad and Tobago in the house. Morning to you. Jan says people came in poor and go back rich. Home, what a mess. Darlene says, that's right, Sandy. You always call a spade, regardless of where they are from. Hello, Johan. Tell them it's sweet, it's sweet, it's sweet. And how much you love your king from Jamaica. Here, Johan, now with his foolishness. Sandra, ask Google for the exchange rate, please. For $65 million. Oh, geez, I'm peace. Let's see. Alexa. No, she don't want to listen. How much is 65 million Jamaican dollars in US dollars?
65 million Jamaican dollars is $430,463 US dollars and 58 cents.
Yes, sir. $460.58 according to Alexa. Take that. Thank you, Alexa.
You're so welcome. Your kindness really gives me a charge. Happy Friday.
She's trying to be funny. Talking about your kindness really gives me a charge. So that's over $400,000. That's still, listen, that's a little drop in the bucket of money. US, wow. Anyway, somebody going to jail, honey, jail, if they're found guilty. They are innocent, folks, until the prosecution proves their case. So we shall see. All right. Very, very good. Lizette says, I'm going to Sagicor today to check my account. I'm presuming that this is Sagicor, Jamaica. Yes. So you should not, I imagine, have any issues with your money here. I don't really know exactly how it works, but hopefully your money's still there. What the heck is Jonathan talking about? A popular Jamaican helper named Miss Cherry and one more help me out people. Miss Cherry? Who the hell Miss Cherry is? Okay. All right. Yes. Crooks everywhere. All right. Madoff. Bernie Madoff. Yes, that was his name. A rich crook stealing from people with his Ponzi scheme. But again, a lot of it is people's greed themselves. Anybody who can come and promise you 20% return on your money, you're not being realistic and you're about to get scammed, because that's not how things work. I've never seen an investment scheme that can net that kind of money that's actually legal. So as they tell you, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Yeah. All right, trivia time. Will we continue with some Christmas trivia, or do you guys want to mix it up a little bit? I love the Christmas trivia, actually. Let's do a little bit more. I'm gonna pick a specific category. Let me see. Oh, this is a good one. All right. So here are the rules. Let's remind yourself of the ground rules. We're going to give away some prizes. And ooh, honey child, we got some good stuff in here. Big shout out to our sponsors. Let me see if I can remember them all. Health City Cayman Islands. Home Gas has dropped a few things in the kitty. Burger King and Popeyes. We have Penha, $200 gift certificates from them. So you don't have to go steal no perfumes. You can win a $100 gift certificate. We have CMR, of course. We've got Lavanda's Kitchen. We have KY Kids has donated a $50 gift certificate. Who else do I have here? Cellular World. And who else? So I need to give away a lot today and Monday, Tuesday, because I'm going to be off a couple days next week. So we'll have some pre-aired content. Make sure you tune in, though, because one of those days. Oh, and of course, Prodigy Jewelers. How can I forget? There's a citizen watching here. One of those days is going to be one of our Cayman Voices series. Oh my gosh, you guys are going to love this interview. John Douglas. He's 87 years old. Yes, I love me some John Douglas. All right, folks, let's get it. Question number 1, ground rules. If you won a prize already, you cannot call and win a second time. No swapping of prizes. Now, I know we allowed one lady to do it yesterday because she claimed she couldn't see or something to use the e-notebook. No swapping of prizes. If you win a prize, just gift it on to somebody else if it's not something that you can use. Yes? Number 3, you have to call in. 936 Bobo is the telephone number. You have to call in order to actually win. So if you're sitting here commenting on the WhatsApp and Facebook and whatever, that's not going to help you much. Okay. So call the number. So far, knock on wood, we've not had any issues with the phone this morning. It did update yesterday. So I'm hoping that update fixed whatever the heck was going on. All right. Any other rules? I think that's about it. Okay. Question numero 1. And you get one guess at the question. If you get it wrong, hang up and you can call back a second time. But don't keep guessing in the same phone call. Question number 1. What was the original title for the Little Drummer Boy? That's actually one of my favorite. Can I just tell y'all? That is like my favorite Christmas song. Oh my gosh. I love me some good Christmas music. Let me see. I can play some Christmas music. All right. We got a caller who seems to know a little bit about Christmas. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program. So the question is, what was the original title for the Little Drummer Boy? I need you to speak up just a little bit. I can barely hear you.
Love the drum.
Love the drum?
Carol of the drum.
Oh, Carol of the drum. Oh, yes. How did you know that? That's so random.
I didn't know.
All right. Or you have Google fingers. Which one is it?
No.
I have never even heard of Carol of the Drum before, so that was news to me. All right, pick a number between 1 and 79. Mm-hmm.
22.
Number 22 is already gone.
What else is the best one last? I'll do 79.
All right, so number 79 is a Health City Cayman Islands executive physical. So congratulations. That's actually quite a good prize. Now hold on one second. Let me just make sure I take down your information. So we got 79 and your number. Let me just, let me see the screen. Let me just get it right. Mhm. All right, got it. Congratulations, honey. You're welcome. All right, let's do some more. Okay, this one is good because if you know the song, you might be able to actually just figure this out. I'm gonna play some. Give me one second. I'm gonna play some background music. Where is my what device? Hold on here now. Good. Oh yeah. Woo! There we go. The Christmas jingle in the background. Let's play. Yeah, I get the spirit with some music. All right, so don't call in until we ask the question. That should be another rule. So you gotta wait until the question is asked. Oh my goodness. All right. In the song 12 Days of Christmas, what is given on the seventh day? Just start singing it. On the 12th day of Christmas, my blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. That one. So on the seventh day, what is given? Yes. 936 Bobo. Any guesses? Y'all singing it in your head. On the fifth day of Christmas. All right, we got a caller who thinks they might know it. Good morning, caller. What did they give away? Which one, sorry? Yes, swans are swimming. Good job. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, tell me now, pick a number. Which one are you going to go with? Number 23 is already gone. 37. Let me see here now. 36, 37. Oh, this one's a nice little prize. So number 37 is a phone purse. It's like a little purse. It's really cute. You can put your phone and other little things in it. Minimalist travel. So I noticed you're calling from a landline, so just WhatsApp us with your contact details. Yes. All right. Thank you, honey. All right. So yes, 12 Days of Christmas. It's swans a swimming. There's a song called The 12 Days of Mischief. All right. Let me see. Next question. Moving right along. Oh, this is a good one. If Elvis, you gotta go back to Elvis times now. If Elvis isn't going to have a white Christmas, what type of Christmas is he going to have? So think about Elvis and his Christmas music. So if he wasn't going to have a white Christmas, what type of Christmas was he going to have? Oh, I love Christmas music, don't you? Listen to this song while we're waiting for somebody to call. Hello, caller. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Morning.
Good morning. Yes. Do you know a lot about Elvis and his music?
Not really into Elvis.
Right. You knew that one.
Yes.
That's right. The correct answer is Blue Christmas. All right. Let's have a number between 1 and 79. 50. Number 50 is a book about thinking differently as a woman and a mobile phone courtesy of Cellular World. Congratulations. Yes. That is a beautiful prize. All right. Give me 1 second now. Let me just jot down your number 50 and your number. Wonderful. No. I'm looking at the screen. Don't give everybody your number, child. They might be calling you trying to get that prize from you. Thanks very much. I appreciate it.
Bye.
You too. Oh, sorry. Merry Christmas. All right, folks. So we're making some progress here. Let me see here now. A little reminder here. Today is the All right, we're enjoying some Christmas music in the background this morning. Here's one of my favorite Christmas songs. Oh, Come All Ye Faithful. Oh, I love this song too. Oh my goodness. Love me some Christmas music. Christmas movies too. Oh my gosh, so many of them are out right now. Hallmark. I just love this song. Oh yes. Oh, now this is a good one. Speaking of Christmas music, let me pull the slider down on this one. What famous Christmas carol became the first ever song to be broadcast from space? Caller, you got the answer to this one? What? Oh, what happened? Oh my goodness. All right. So, what famous Christmas carol became the first ever song to be broadcast from space? Good morning, caller. What do you think? What Christmas song was the first one to be broadcast from space?
Good morning. It's Jingle Bells.
Yes, that is correct. Y'all are spot on today. You almost took you some extra heart juice and head juice because you're getting all the answers right. All right, so pick a number between 1 and 79.
17.
Number 70 is a mammogram, courtesy of Health City, Cayman Islands. Congratulations.
Oh, that's perfect. Am I able to give that to someone else?
Oh, absolutely.
Perfect. I'll give it to my mother-in-law.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yes, I mean, definitely, if you don't need it, you can always gift it to somebody else.
Awesome.
Perfect. Thank you so much, my dear.
Thank you, Sandy. Have a great day.
Thanks. You too. All right, folks, we're on it now, boy. 'Tis the season. All right, let me see. Oh, this is another one of my favorite Christmas. Oh my gosh, here we go. Let me see. All right, so this is Christmas music trivia. Come, let us adore him. Now you gotta know the song. So this one says the following line: "Let earth receive her king, let every heart prepare him room, and heaven and nature sing." What carol is that from? What Christmas carol says, "Let earth receive her king"? Caller?
Hi.
Hello.
Evan.
Good morning.
Yes. I think I have the answer for that Christmas carol.
Okay.
Is it Jingle Bells?
No, ma'am.
Is that?
That's not the answer. No, sorry. All right, caller. Do you know what Christmas carol has the following lines in it? "Let earth receive her king." Yes, that is correct. Let every heart prepare him room, and heaven and nature sing. That is joy to the world. All right. Awesome. So pick a number, if you will.
What about 17?
Number 17. Let me have a look and see. Yes, number 17. Ooh. Number 17 is an art studio set. Now, if you're artistic in any way, or you have anyone artistic in your life, you're gonna love this. It's like one of those big studio sets that has everything in it for artsy crafty. Very nice. All right, so you're calling from a landline. Message me on WhatsApp with your mobile number. All right, honey. Thank you. Okay, so you guys are on a roll today. We're gonna keep it going. Joy to the world. Love it. Let me remind you what this song actually says. It seems like some of y'all have forgotten. Oh, I love this song too. I just love all Christmas music. Kizzy says, I'm calling and not getting through. Girl, you gotta keep calling. Do you not love it? Joy to the world. They got a couple different versions of this song too. This one seems like this is just the instrumental. We got the pop version. Oh, oh yeah. Yes, nice. We got the piano version. Oh, it's beautiful. Traditional version. All right, let's move on. Oh, okay. What country came up with the dessert White Christmas made from coconut oil and dried fruit? I've never had this before, but apparently there's a Christmas dessert called White Christmas, and it's made from coconut oil and dried fruit. What country is it from? What country came up with it? Mhm. Interesting. Good morning, caller. What's your guess for this White Christmas dessert? What country?
Australia.
Australia. Are you Australian? Good guess. I mean, that's it. That's the correct answer. Absolutely. It is Australia. I've never heard of this dessert before. I want to taste it. Coconut oil and dried fruit? Hmm, interesting. I must look this up. I'm not really a fan of dried fruit like fruitcakes and stuff, but this one might be worth a try. All right, let's pick a number. 36. Yes, number 36 is an 18-month weekly calendar and a Foster's gift card. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You are most welcome. Hold on one second. Let me just grab your number off the screen. And let me tell you something. Those Foster's gift cards, that's $50 that you can put towards shopping for Christmas. That some of us are going to be doing. Okay, got your number. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate it. All right, bye-bye. All right, folks, congratulations. You guys are on the ball today. You're on it. All right, let me see. Oh Lord, some of these are I'm thinking some of these are kind of hard, but anyway, you guys are doing great. Okay, this one's a good question. This is quite interesting. What fairy tale served as an inspiration for the first gingerbread houses? What fairy tale served as an inspiration for the first gingerbread houses? 936-2626 is the number to call. What fairy tale? Y'all, I love me a gingerbread house. We got one of the box sets the other day, and my daughter likes to put them together. That's because when we're putting them together, she's like eating the little candy in between takes. Like we're trying to put up the walls, and she's eating the candy off the wall. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program. What is your answer today? Yes, it makes sense totally. If you know that fairy tale, So yes, Hansel and Gretel. Y'all know that fairy tale. So what number would you like to pick today? 9. Number 49. I gotta make sure we haven't given it away already. Number 49. Nope, looks like 49 is still available. Very good. So number 49 is a CMR mug and mouse pad. Lucky you. All right. So let me just take down your number here. 1 second for me. Yes. Got it. Okay, we gotcha. So we will message you and call you later. Thank you. All right, so she's gonna get a little CMR mouse and mug set. Nice. All right, let's keep going. Next week we're gonna have a little bit of a short week. Like I said, we're gonna have some scheduled shows. So I want to give away as many prizes today, Monday, and Tuesday as possible. Yeah. All right, so that was a really good one. Let me see. Shall we do another gingerbread related question? Yes, since we're thinking about Hansel and Gretel, gingerbread houses. Here we go. When, as in the century, when and where, as in the country, were gingerbread houses invented? So caller, good morning. When and where were gingerbread houses invented? Oh. Nope, that one's already been answered. Oh no. So this one might be a little bit more challenging, but it's when and where were gingerbread houses invented? I think people call me the wrong number. Some people call my personal number. Good morning, caller. When and where were gingerbread houses invented? You got part of it right, but part is not. Good try, though. All right. Good morning, caller. When and where were gingerbread houses invented? Now, remember, we need the century. So centuries are like 19th century, 20th century. Very good answer. That is correct. Awesome. Now, let's go ahead and pick a number, please. Number 48. Make sure you're not giving away number 40 already. Looks like it's available. All right. So number 48 is a Hershey's, speaking of chocolatey things and yummy things, Hershey's s'more set. So this is delicious actually because you get the mug and all of the Hershey's bars and everything to basically put a little s'more set together. Awesome. Congratulations. All right, my dear. But yes, gingerbread houses invented in Germany during the 16th century. Isn't that something? All right, let me find some more questions here. Mix them up a little bit. All right, which alcohol, let me pull down the music a little bit. Which alcohol is usually added to the base of Christmas, the truffles? So which alcohol is added to the base of Christmas truffles? This is interesting. I did not know this myself. Okay. Which alcohol is added to the base of Christmas truffles? You gotta know your liquor for this one, I must tell you. Good morning, caller. Which alcohol is added to the base of Christmas truffles? Would it be brandy? No, but that's an awfully good guess as far as I'm concerned, but that's not it.
Oh, okay.
All right, hon. Yes. Which alcohol is added to the base of Christmas truffles?
Hello.
Yes, hi. Are you answering this question?
Ron?
Nope, that's not it. All right, keep trying, keep trying. Hello there. Question. Oh no, we passed that question already. Would you like to hear the next question?
Sure.
Which alcohol is usually added to the base of Christmas truffles?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Good morning, caller. Do you know the answer to which alcohol is usually added to the base of Christmas truffles? Say it louder for me. Yes, it is. Good one. Pick a number. Number 41. Let me just see if 41 is still available. Looks like it is. And number 41 is a smartwatch and life coaching book. Wow. Congratulations. Let me just take down your number. Now, I do notice you're calling from a landline. So if you need us to, if this is like a company phone, just WhatsApp me your personal number and we'll make sure you get it. Just say that you're winner of number 41. Congratulations. All right. You're most welcome. Okay, folks, we're on a roll here today. We're going to keep going for a little bit longer. Let me pull up some Christmas music in the meantime. See what other Christmas songs we got here. Oh, there's so much good Christmas music out there. Can I just tell you? All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Susie said vodka. She's on the social media chat. And she said vodka. Child, that might be a little bit strong for what you're trying to do. Let me just see here now. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see. All right. Next question coming up. Speaking of food, this is a good one. What country does eggnog originate from? I love eggnog. It's so creamy and delicious. What country does eggnog originate from? I wouldn't have fancied that this was the country, actually, but there you go. Good morning, caller. What country does eggnog originate from?
England.
Yes! I totally didn't know that. And that's like the best Christmas drink ever. All right, pick a number for me.
13.
Number 13. It looks like number 13 is still available. Hold on. Number 13. Yes, it is a small desktop calendar, a mouse pad, CMR mouse pad, and chocolate to boot. Can't go wrong with chocolate during the Christmas season. So give me 1 second. Let me just take down your number. And we got it. Okay, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Okay, have a nice day.
You too. Yes, eggnog from England? Why didn't I know that? The things you just don't know. All right, let me see. Let me see. What else? Okay, here's a good question. When was the first Christmas tree lit up in Rockefeller Center? Caller, good morning. When was the first Christmas tree lit up in Rockefeller Center?
Why I keep missing us? I was going to answer the one for England.
Just take a guess.
1948?
Nope. Good try, though. That was a good one. Hello, caller. When was the first Christmas tree lit up in Rockefeller Center? Hi.
1933.
Yes, that's correct. 1933. First Christmas tree lit up in Rockefeller Center. Pick a number, please.
25.
Number 25 is already gone. Number 11 is already gone. Number 28 is available. Now, this is kind of an interesting prize. It is a party dress. Now, yes, I don't know what size you wear, so if you don't wear that size, you'll have to find somebody who does and re-gift it to them. But it's really a nice, sparkly, colorful party dress. All right, so let me just take down your number. 1 second for me here. The screen keeps falling on me. All right. Got it. Okay, congratulations. All right, my dear, thanks very much. Okay, you guys are on it this morning. Doing good, doing good. All right, let's move on. Oh, this is an interesting one. This could apply to Cayman too, but I guess this isn't us. All right. What country is known to have a tradition of people celebrating Christmas by gathering on the beach? In which country do people celebrate Christmas by gathering on the beach? Which country do they celebrate Christmas by actually gathering on the beach? Interesting question, actually. And the answer might surprise you. Oh, we got a caller. Hello, caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. What country does that?
Is it Australia?
Yeah. Oh, hold on a second. I was just going to say no, but you're actually correct. It is Australia. Congratulations. I didn't know that. I thought it was interesting. All right. Pick a number. Yeah. Yes. Pick a number. Pick a number. Number 50. Let me see. Okay. So again. Did we do number 50 already? No, somebody won number 50 already. Sorry.
Okay. 23.
23 is gone already.
25.
25 is gone already. Go pick some high up. Or in the 40s, 30s, 50s.
Let's do 45.
Number 45. Yes. So 45 is a small radio so that you can actually listen to CMR on the go. Spiral calendar and some chocolate for you. So number 45. Hold on 1 second now. Let me just take down your number. Yes. Very good. Congratulations. You're welcome. So we're giving away a lot today because we're going to lose a couple days next week for the live show. Okay. So today is Friday. Then we've got Monday, Tuesday, and I'm going to be out on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're going to do lots of giveaways on Monday and Tuesday. But we still have so many left. Let's just keep going and do a few more. Okay. Let me see now. It's going to be the next one. Shall we do one more about countries? Yes? Okay. What country has the tradition of filling children's clogs with treats and candies on December the 5th? So what country has a tradition of filling children's clogs with treats and candies on December the 5th? I feel like the answer is actually in there. Jingle bells. Hello, caller. Good morning.
Morning. Get the calling.
You're so close. You are so very, very close.
Okay.
All right. Good morning, caller. How are you?
I'm good.
So what? Yes, it is the Netherlands. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, pick a number for me, please.
56.
56?
Yeah.
All right, so number 56, congratulations, is a Lavana's Kitchen gift certificate. Now, you know, she does some real good local food. So you're going to enjoy that. Let me just grab your number. Hold on 1 second. All right. And you are good to go. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, my dear. Okay, let's do one more. One more. Okay, this one's pretty easy, I think. Two-part question. It'll make it a little bit more difficult. How many reindeers will Santa sleigh? Part 1. Part 2. Can you name all of them? Hello, caller. Hi. We passed that question already.
Sorry.
Sorry, my dear. Do you want to try the new question? How many reindeers pulled Santa's sleigh, and can you name them all?
I can tell you how many I can name.
Oh my goodness. All righty. Okay. Caller, good morning. How many reindeers are pulling Santa's sleigh, and what are their names?
There are 8 reindeers, and it's Dasher, Prancer, Linus or Venus, Comet, Cupid, Thunder, and Lemon. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Okay, so I want you to count those names again and revisit the first part of the question.
Pardon?
Count the names that you just named out, because you got all the names more or less, but you're off with the number. So how many reindeers?
And then there's Donter and Blizzard.
No. Oh gosh, you almost had it. We're gonna have to give somebody else a chance. You gotta be. What you should have done is you should have named them first and then counted it.
Hi.
Caller, how many reindeers pulled Santa's sleigh, and then you've got to name them all.
8?
No. No, ma'am. Let's try the next caller. Caller, how many reindeers are pulling that sleigh? Am I answering them wrong? Just hold on. You know what? There's a typo in this. Oh gosh, you guys are gonna kill me. All right, here, to be fair, the very first lady had it right. So she have her just message me. Call me back, lady. I'm so sorry. It has on here that it's 9, but it actually isn't. Because I'm gonna go. Hold on. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid. What's his name? Donner, Blitzen. That's 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How did it put 9 here? Vixen. Okay, we want to be technical with her. All right. So you have to name them all. It is 8.
Okay, it's a reindeer, and it's Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, and Thunder, and Vixen.
All right, we'll give it to you. I feel like I kind of gypped those other 2 ladies who were saying 8 as well. Call back and we'll give you a prize as well, ladies. All right, give me a number. Number 17 is gone already. Somebody said that one earlier today. Number 27. Okay. So number 27, let me just make sure I'm going to double check my list. Yeah. So number 27 is a mouse pad and a tablet. That's a good little prize there. And hold on 1 second now. Let me just get your number. So my apologies to the two ladies who actually said 8 because the sheet has it wrong. There. All right, congratulations, my dear. Okay, very good. All right. That was a typo, looks like, on this one. Let's stick with a reindeer question. Good morning, caller. Oh my God, you're right. You are right. That's why it says 9. We forgot Rudolph. Oh my goodness.
I'm doing 12 days of Christmas, and I know I have them labeled for my daughter. So there's 9.
There is 9. Oh, you are so right. How could we forget Rudolph, the most important reindeer of them all?
Yes, yes. It's an amazing reindeer.
Caller,
they all have it incorrect.
You know, pick a number.
Give me 79.
79. I think we did 79 already today. Yes, we did 79 already. Which one, sorry? 76. All right, Penha gift certificate in the amount of $100. That is super nice.
So that's where I'll get my prizes because I'm traveling on Tuesday.
Well, you better hurry and get it today. All right, so go ahead and just WhatsApp me. I'll be in town a little bit later on, so I can bring food to town. That's not a problem. All right, thanks so much. All righty. All right, that's what. Oh my goodness, no wonder. How did that get? How was that wrong? 8, and then of course Rudolph is missing. Good thing somebody not paying attention, Shao. Okay. All right, let me see here now. Which mountains, last question of the day, which mountains in Canada are named after, because you see, I think what it is there was 8 original reindeers, and then Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer came afterwards, right? So which mountain in Canada is named after the 8 original reindeers? All right, so which Canadian mountain is named after the reindeers, basically? All right, any guesses on this one? You'd have to know, I guess, a little bit about Canada. So again, the question is, which mountain in Canada is actually named after the reindeer? 936-2626 is the number. Some people are guessing online. You gotta call in. All right, here we go. Good morning, caller. Uh-oh. Nope. Not sure what happened to that call. Hope she didn't run out of credit. So it says Google is catching hell today. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. Is it Christmas Mountain?
It sure is. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Pick a number, please, between 1 and 79.
Number 64.
Pick another number.
Let's try 53.
53. Yes, I think 53 is still available. This is a good gift. This is one of those big things of Ferrero Rocher chocolates, the best chocolates ever. Congratulations. And let me just take down your number. No, I got it. You don't have to tell the whole world unless you want people calling you for chocolates.
Oh, that's true.
All right, my dear. Good to go. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much.
All right. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. All right, beautiful folks. That's what we're going to do for today. So we will liaise with you to try to get those to you as quickly as possible. We need to have like a Santa drop-off spot in town. We're like, okay, we're here right now. Come and get all your prizes. Soka says that Google is catching hell today. All those Google fingers. So Atlas said that Rudolph didn't work on holidays. Of course, he was leading the sleigh. Dion says, Merry Christmas, everybody. Janice says the United States celebrates Christmas big time. I leave for Chicago tomorrow. With what I have said is my last Christmas with them. We will start a new tradition of Christmas in July, and I will host this in 2022 in Toronto. Yes, 'tis the season. Lots of Christmas trees are up over the place. By the way, big shout out to the Crichton family. I saw the Christmas lights lit up last night. They look amazing. So as you know, there is a tradition of people going to view all the Christmas lights, and the Crichton family, as well as the Bauden Holdings family, they do an amazing display. The Crichton one is just massive. I don't even know. How many Christmas lights do you think? Maybe we should find out. This should be a good question. How many Christmas lights are actually used during the lighting of all those trees and all that? Oh my gosh, it is amazing. All right, so we'll continue some giveaways. Today's Friday. We'll continue some on Monday, Tuesday. Make sure that you guys tune in as we move into the holidays. I want to hear next week what you've got on your Christmas list for cooking. Like, what sort of items will you be having for Christmas? I have not really decided. I wasn't supposed to be here for Christmas, so that has now thrown a little bit of a wrench in my plans. In my head, I was going to take Christmas easy this year and no cooking. Now that I'm going to be here, I'm like, I don't know. I still may not cook. If I'm not going to cook on Christmas Day, where do I go for a nice traditional Christmas meal? Because I love my ham and turkey and all of it. But then I also like a little Cayman, like throw in some stuff on the Cayman side too. Turtle, rice and beans, potato salad, mac and cheese. Who does like the best Christmas lunch, brunch? You have to look at my options. All right, beautiful people. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another fabulous show. I wish you all a very safe and happy, productive weekend. Please do not drink and drive. I know it is the season, but it doesn't mean you have to drink and drive. Call a friend, call a taxi, call anybody, but don't drink and drive. Don't speed. Take your time on the roadways. Can we please end the rest of 2022 with no more fatalities? That would be so lovely. Right? Good. That's all I got for you guys today. Have a blessed and beautiful day.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Cold Hard Truth on Bobo 89.1 FM. Cayman's #1 talk show is live weekdays from 7:30 a.m. Never miss an episode again. Watch anytime on CMR's Facebook and YouTube channels for the latest show episodes. Don't forget to follow us online on our social media channels. And visit CaymanMarlRoad.com for all the latest news and community happenings.